Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time watching any of my videos. I picked up a yard sale generator. This is what you see in front of you here, a little Onan 450 generator. These are very popular for like people that are camping and that kind of thing. They're very light, self-contained units that you can carry one-handed and not very noisy, but this came from a yard sale. It sat in someone's basement. It was a estate sale that really have no history behind it, and I figure we're going to go through it and try to revive it and get it up and running. So hence the fact that you're staring at it right now. So only thing I've really done to it, I yanked the pull starter once, made sure it's still turned over, and I took the gas cap off while I was at the yard sale, and it just smells putrid and horrible, as you could tell by the condition of the gas cap, that the inside of that tank is probably roughly the same way. So we're going to go see about reviving this and if it in fact can be. I have 10 bucks in it, and again, it's kind of like a lottery ticket, scratch ticket, so you may win, you may not, who knows. Generally with generators, I get about a 50-50 success rate, so we will go from there. So what I'm going to do is probably just take these two covers off, right here and here, or at least the other cover off, and we'll take a look inside and kind of go from there. So let me get you set up in a stand, we'll get that cover off, and we'll start looking into it. Alright, let's crack this puppy open. That's the muffler. Ain't it cute? Well, it doesn't look like it's filled up with crud. I thought it was a 4-stroke. I may be wrong. Might be a flathead 2-stroke. Flathead 4-stroke. I'm not sure. I'm going to go look on the gas cap and see if it shows for a mix on that. I don't see anything on here depicting what the mix would be, and usually if you're going to have a label next to the cap, I would think it would be right there. I do believe it's a 4-stroke. I think it's a flathead 4. I looked over and saw that the cylinder head is bolted on, and usually on 2-strokes they don't do that. So I don't know if it's going to show or not, but that cylinder head is attached. So it's not the jug and the cylinder is one piece. So let's go, I don't know, let's go pull the plug out of it and see if we got spark. Let's get that plug out of there. Don't look too bad. Looks normal. And let's see if we have spark. I don't know what I need to turn on. Let me go figure out what I need to go turn on, if anything, and turn the lights off. All right, let's give her a tug, and oh, that's nice. That gives a nice little spark. I don't know if that was coming up or not. I'll give her one more. I'll give you a close up. So that works. That's a good sign. Hope you guys don't mind standing on my left a little bit. Keep my hands out of your way. Definitely a 4-stroke. You can see the valves on the inside. It is a flathead. Got a little bit of 2-stroke fuel. I figure we'll give a little tickle down inside it. That might have been a little too much. And I figure we'll go and give it a yank and see if she goes. Before we do that, why don't we make sure that I'm not jumping ahead, and it's got oil in it. It's got oil in it. How much I'm not sure. That's got plenty. Let that overzealous amount of gas I put in there have a chance to evaporate for a second too. And it looks like on the front panel, it's got, you can select AC, stop, or DC. This looks like the on-off switch also, and then you select whatever power you want. And it also has a nice little light set up on the front too. It says to adjust, I guess, your frequency, your output rather. It's got low, high, and right at 120 volts, and the lights light up accordingly. You can tweak the carb. All right, enough talking. What do you think? Give her? Does it have a choke? It does have a choke. I don't know if that's open or closed. What's the cover say? The cover says choke on is that way. You want choke off. Let's get the air cleaner out of there too. Well, that sounds good. Alright. Let's go do that again. Plug a light into it, see if it makes power. Added a light to it. Probably should have done that the first time, but I guess it's good for dramatic effect. Alright. But if I put a light on it, then it wouldn't have started. Okay. Good to go. Can you guys see everything? Yep. Let's get into that carburetor. I popped the air cleaner base out of our way, and let's get the bowl off the carb and see what kind of surprises we have in store. Usually tells the story of. Fortunately, the fuel was shut off, but I have a feeling it wasn't shut off and then run out. Judging by the fact that my finger's getting wet now. Yeah, here's the jet. See through it. I am pleasantly surprised. I expected much worse than that. Got some crap in the bottom of it, but it's far from terrible. What do you think? Try to purge some through it, see if anything comes out. That does not look like a good color. And then it stopped flowing. So I think the tank is going to be our major hurdle here. Yeah. That does not look like something you want to run through an engine. Alright, so I'm going to go pop the fuel line off probably right there, and we'll drain that tank out and see what surprises we get up there. So what do you think? Think that was a couple of months worth of sitting? Yeah. Probably gonna have to take that tank right off of there, I think, and flush it. Looks like we got 1, 2. Might as well pull the rest of the tins off, get them out of the way, and start washing that out. So I got that tank off, and I kind of did that, kind of squished it around to at least see if we can get some of the debris. Let's see what this does for us. It's a nice color. It's a medium brown. So probably what I'm thinking. Does this have that lip on it? No. I'll probably take it in a parts washer after I get do this kind of deal, you know, and do the best to kind of clean it out. I'm going to try some clean gas. I'll rinse it out again with clean gas, and then we'll look inside the tank and see if it's really rusty or not. I can see clean metal on the bottom. I'm not sure if that's showing. So it might be good enough to be good enough, but you got to figure where that rust come from, right? Something had to take a hit. So hopefully we don't have to seal the tank with the sealer, but if we do, we do. Alright. So that's the battle plan. I'm going to go and bring over the parts washer, clean that up, and flush through it. Clean that out, put some gas in it, and go from there. So that's it. Went through the parts washer. Now I got, I don't know, pint of gas in it, something like that. Quart, not a quart, pint. We'll go with that. Swish it around in there, and then we're going to go rinse that out, and then we'll take a peek inside the tank. I think the guy had a yellow lab, or his wife was a blonde, one of the two. So I'm going to take a minute, get the air gun, and blow that sucker off. Make it nice and clean. Alright, let's see if the gas comes out a little better this time than the first time. What I can see down in the hole looks alright. A couple little chunks, but not bad. I think we could probably take a compressed air now, once I get the rest of the remnants out of there, and dry that out and then try to blow it out. I think we can kind of get whatever little pieces are in there. We'll take a peek inside, and I'm starting to think that possibly maybe it was just right around this lip right here is where the rust came from. That's where I see a bunch of crap. But I would definitely say that came out a lot better. Gas gauge leaks. Let's see what we got. So I cleaned up that carb and the float bowl. That's the float. This actually just kind of sits on there. And blew air through the jets. Clean the bowl out with a Scotch-Brite. And then again, it's got another like metering fuel jet down inside the nut that holds the bowl on. But the thing I noticed, it didn't have any kind of washer on there. So I got one of those Harbor Freight copper kits, and this one's a little sloppy, but it fits in the recess of the bowl, so I figure we'll probably go with that. Don't know if it had one on there or not, but generally most of the time they do, and sometimes they're more of like a I don't want to say plastic, but like a, not neoprene, I forget. Okay, so that guy's got a face so where you can get it with a screwdriver. It was facing that way, but I don't see how you're going to get a hose on that. We'll leave it like that. If I feel we need to move it, we will. But that's how it was. And took the air fuel mix screw, took that out, blew air through it. Again, they shut the fuel off and ran it down. There was just a little bit left in the bottom of the bowl, so that's definitely what saved the carburetor. And the gas tank, I went and looked in it with a scan tool and borescope rather. It's again a Harbor Freight tool, so it was not worth you trying to see it at the same time. Doesn't look bad. It's got some areas you can kind of see it's, you know, rusty-ish color, but it's not anything that is. I don't think it would benefit from putting acid in it and then cleaning it out and then, you know, going through all those steps. Possibly vinegar, but it really doesn't look bad at all. So we're going to go with what's on there and put it back on and kind of go from there. Alright, it's all back together except for the back panel. I still have that off because I got to adjust the air fuel mix and possibly the idle speed, or the not the idle speed, the run speed on it. But we should be good to fire it up. I'm going to go with choke. Gas is, I think gas is already on. I think so. See what we get. fighting me. All the way, Chuck. As soon as I ran. Playing with the air fuel mix on the back is what's going on right now. Light looks good. Right about there. So I'm going to let that run for about 5-10 minutes and we'll change the oil. Too much, but didn't like that. That should definitely be too much for it. Shutting off is a little weird. That don't work. I popped that front panel back off, and I had a wire off. That's more than likely is going to be the kill wire on the back of that switch, and that should be plugged into there. So that should probably take care of that. But while that's off, I'm going to go and get the drain plug out, tilt that forward, we'll get the oil out of it. One other thing I just wanted to show too is I put new fuel line on it. All this yellow line. And I'm a big fan of these spring-loaded clips instead of any other kind, especially if it's a little power, small power equipment stuff. It kind of maintains over time its tension, and even if the hose, if the hose kind of crushes down over time, it just goes with it and kind of shrinks around it. Plus, it doesn't, you don't get overzealous and clamp it down and crush the crap out of the hose. It gives nice even pressure all the way around. So a lot of factory stuff comes with that. So I ordered a bunch of those on eBay. Trying to put those on everything now. Let's get the oil out of it. I don't know if you saw in that voltage meter said 22 volts DC, but that's because there was no load on it. As soon as the load would go on it, it would calm right down. Make a good battery charger. Don't look bad. A lot of people go back and forth. Why don't you change your oil before you start doing anything at all? I kind of take it on a case-by-case basis. It depends on the machine. I like to kind of run it because it allows the oil to pick up all of the crap that's settled in the bottom of it and now you get it to come out. Where if I drained it first, it would be clean, and the sludge would still be on the bottom, so it's kind of a waste. But if I looked at it and it was really, you know, had signs of water and stuff in it, I would probably change it first. Plus, you don't know what you got. Why change the oil on something if it's a total piece of crap? So that looks decent. Plus, this one holds a whopping, what is that? It's a not too much. So let that drip for a little bit, top that off, put the covers back on it, try it one more time, make sure that the kill kills it, and we'll go from there. All right, all back together. So we'll go for AC. Choke is off. That's good. That's an issue. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to deal with that or not. I don't know about replacing that. We just have to kind of let it go. It only leaks. It doesn't leak when it's running. If I tilt it from side to side and do that kind of stuff, it gets a little bit around it, but we'll call that the vent, I guess. And that's that. So guys, I think this one's pretty much finished up. We're gonna go call it a day on this. It was actually pretty easy. It was a decent one to work on. But again, it could have went either way, you know. So some you win, some you lose. This one looks like it's gonna be a winner for us. And that's cool. It's better leaving on that kind of note, right? So with that, guys, I think I'm gonna sign off. I want to thank all you guys for coming around and hanging out and just kind of wrenching in the garage with me, sharing a little time, BSing, and playing with gas-powered stuff. And on that note, I'll see you on the next one. Later.